I remember hearing about this movie, Gotham. No, sorry, Batman Gotham by Gaslight. When it was first announced, I thought it was somehow associated with Hush. Like for whatever reason, I thought it was like a sequel, like an animated sequel to Hush. For whatever
Mm-hmm.
reason, I don't know why. Like I don't even know the overall story. Like what's the point of it? So I'm in a way going in blind, but I'm sure after the first few seconds, so the memories will quickly come back to me. But this was Christian suggesting because he has been on what's the word, Christian, like a Batman what?
I've been on a Batman binge.
Okay, Batman binge. Yes, you have been on a Batman binge, and you just want to watch anything Batman related right now, and probably because this is short, it gives you more reason to want to commentate over this, right?
Yep.
Okay, so and anything
That
you
sounds
want
really simple when you put it that way.
to because it is simple. That's how we decided. That's how we decided to watch this. To be
Fair
fair,
enough.
yeah. And so, and anything quickly you want to mention, or you want to get this started?
Wasn't this a comic series? Like they had a run of like Victoria England Batman.
I don't know. I think there actually I think there was at some point in Batman's 75th or 80th year of running. So I'm assuming they happened at least once. Come on, it's been 80 years.
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now,
it
now, now
hasn't.
that,
So.
now that I think about it. Okay, so thank you all for joining us. The movie is, I'll say it again, Batman Gotham by Gaslight 2018. It's 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 4 seconds. And you guys will pause the commentary track when I say to pause, and then you press play once the blue DC logo from the start. Once that fades to black, then you guys will press play on this track. But until then, press pause now. Bruce
Man, it
Greenwood,
looks sickly.
Jennifer Carpenter. I hope
I
I hope that Jennifer is somehow associated with an actual with um Sean Carpenter. Wait, these were called wenches back then, no? Or what were they called?
I believe so.
Gotham Pretty Girls.
I don't know my English history all too well. Although
Well,
I
yeah,
do always find it funny anytime they do industrial London, they make it look like so polluted and all that. And you think, oh, they must be exaggerating. And then you look at those old photos, like, no, it was really that bad.
mm-hmm.
They look that sickly.
It looks a little bit like the design from the animated series.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, like, there's like subtle differences, but like the overall like look or aesthetic, it feels
Mm-hmm.
like the animated series. Like this design for Poison Ivy, like I like it. Like it suits her. Like it suits her.
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of hard to
Okay, not that close up.
mess up Poison Ivy.
Okay, not that close up. It didn't look well.
Oh shit, she gonna get murdered?
I don't know. You saw
That's
this
not
movie.
fair. Yeah, but I don't remember it.
Did you see his shadow at all? Because I saw nothing besides like a bell
No, I
toll.
did.
Okay, I didn't see a person. Dun, 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 dun,
Hmm.
dun. I don't know what I'm singing.
I can't tell that's fog or pollution.
No, now I'm just waiting for someone to. Now I'm just waiting for her to say,
Yeah.
"Scooby Doo, where are you?" Doesn't it feel
I'm
like
getting
it?
flashbacks. A bit, yeah. Give me flashbacks to Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes. Did you enjoy those?
I remember liking them because of the chemistry between Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law.
Mm-hmm. They feel long.
But the movies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. Especially the second one. Wait, the way she responded, it made it sound like she knew who he was. Jason and Dickie, so the Robins.
See, I never got that.
Don't go yellow on me.
Don't you worry.
Yeah, it's all the Robins. Jason, Dickie, and Tim.
Okay. Were any of them redheads?
No, but they wore red costumes, so
I guess, yeah.
oh,
No way that's a fucking bat.
he just changed the.
That's a pretty good response from the kid.
Anyway, going back to, I guess, Poison Ivy's death. Um, she looked like she knew who the person was, right? Or or like or like,
Well,
oh no, it's you, right?
a bit, yeah. Because the way the eyes were looking, like it was looking straight at the face.
Okay, because so we haven't given information yet if this killer has been around already. Because if the killer has been around, then why would Poison Ivy voluntarily tell some random stranger like, hey, you don't want to be left alone? Why don't you come join me? Like, it wouldn't make sense for her.
I'm sorry, it just looked really funny how Batman was beating him up.
It's the eye thing, right? The eye slots.
Yeah, the pupils.
What did he kick?
His leg.
Actually, now, now, now that
Steampunk.
now that I saw the grappling hook, um, I'm looking forward to see how his gadgets look at this time.
Yeah, right.
And Poison Ivy would be the first one to go. Actually, no, it would have been either her or Harley Quinn.
To be honest, I don't know that many female villains other than those two.
Um, crap. Now,
Exactly.
Killer Frost.
Oh yeah. Alright, that's three. You got another one?
All those things he just said. All female villains. Those are their names. And together they are the ultimate female, which is like the overall female enemy of every woman. And they're like, science. What BS is this?
Ooh, or World's Fair.
What is that
Damn,
device?
that's a really white.
It's a giant circle. What does it do, sir? What is that, sir? What is that spinning? I just want to hear all these psychers saying, "What's that? What's this? What's that? How's it do that?" Wait, where's Dracula? I want this to be the alternative universe, and where Dracula and his wife, and they ended up happy together and kept their love life a secret, and she's still alive, and they created this.
That would be cool. Also, I just realized we're in America. I thought this was
Why are we
England.
in America?
This looks a bit too. Uh, that's not the right architecture for America.
No, besides the Jack the Ripper should be in England.
Yeah.
They never caught that guy, did they?
I don't think so. I think there was rumors that it was someone from the royal family, but no, I don't think they ever officially caught him.
Like, what are you?
Wow, he
What
just looks evil.
are his glasses even red?
They don't even look like glasses. They look like
Wait, that's
red balls.
Felicia. No, that's
Yes.
Selena Kyle.
Yeah.
She looks like a Selena Kyle, so they did a good job. Oh yeah, even she even said Kyle. But isn't it funny how for like a Selena Kyle, like specifically for her, like you can easily your first guess of like, wait, is that Catwoman? And like, and you're boom, you're automatically correct because like she has a specific look.
She does, doesn't she?
Yeah, and it's a look I don't mind either.
She kind of looks like a more gutsy Lois Lane.
And by gutsy, you mean like a woman who knows she's attractive, so she has that confidence about herself, right?
Yeah, the promiscuity, but more
Mm.
like they look like they have the same like body type. Like the
Oh
way,
yeah,
from what I remember, reading how every time she came out of cartoons, they look kind of similar.
and funny thing, I'm curious when you think of the look of Lois Lane and Selena Kyle, what versions do you think of, or what versions appear in your mind? Like when I think of Lois Lane, I think of the design for Superman the animated series, which is the same design that she has in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. And for Selena Kyle, I think of the Batman, um, and and the Arkham games by this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like what versions do you think of?
Or for Lois Lane, it's always just been the animated series.
And it suits her well, right? Like when I think of Lois Lane, like that is Lois Lane. She's supposed to look like that.
Yeah.
And what about Catwoman or Selena Kyle?
Would be the Arkham games. More so Arkham City.
Okay.
And I think the last thing I remember her from would be. Can't remember. I think it would just be the Arkham games.
Like you don't even remember how she looked in the Batman.
She had like yellow goggles, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of remember.
Yeah, but I mean more specifically her look without the costume. In the Batman, you saw her
No,
you
not
saw
at
her
all.
yeah in and you saw her more in her outfit, and her in the Batman you see her much more in her Catwoman outfit than anything else. I think there's probably two episodes. Yeah, one episode is when she's first introduced, and so you see her and her cat cave, and then again when she goes on several dates with Bruce Wayne, without each other knowing each other's identity. Like they just see each other, they think each other is attractive, so they go on dates.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I think that's a really fun episode just overall. Like, oh yeah, that's fun.
God, I don't remember the show that well.
But for all we know, we might end up watching it in a few weeks if you are still in this Batman binge.
Yeah, probably. I always remember the movie they made with Dracula.
With what? Jack Black?
Dracula.
Oh, Dracula. I never saw. I
Yeah.
remember when that was being advertised. Like it was advertised a lot on Cartoon Network.
I didn't hear about it until like I literally my brother just like came home from the library. He goes, "Hey, we're gonna watch this." I'm like, "Hey, cool! They made a movie from the show."
Hmm.
It's actually one of the few animated movies I actually really do enjoy.
Besides the good ones that we have always mentioned, right?
Yes,
Hmm.
and for some reason I really did like it. Hey, do you remember Batman: Mystery of the Batwoman?
Yes, I remember hearing about it. I think I saw it once. I'm not sure. Um, like wasn't she a prostitute?
No, this is like PG. Like she was like in a silver suit,
No, that I never
and it
saw.
was like a red.
Then I remember hearing about it and seeing commercials about it, but never watched it.
Yeah, I remember that. That's the one I
Wait,
used to watch a lot as a kid.
don't you mean the secret of Batwoman or Batgirl?
No, it was called Mystery of the Batwoman.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely not.
God, that takes me back.
Oh, the next thing you know, Bruce in this reality, he goes not goes, but he starts a campaign telling people now with Jack the Ripper going around, don't go down dark alleys. I went down a dark alley. My parents were murdered right in front of my eyes. It wasn't Jack the Ripper, but believe me, I have experience. Stay away from dark alleys. That is my slogan, and believe me, people, that will save your lives from Jack the Ripper. Like he will see you pass the dark alley, and he'll say, "Oh man, flim flam again. I'll try next time."
Just posters of Bruce saying don't go in that dark alley.
Hmm. And then, wait, I just realized they're like in the pig area. Next next thing you know, um, that one crazy pig guy from Arkham Knight is in here.
God, what was his name?
I think it was called Pig.
I think you're right.
Yeah. But do you remember like when you first meet him, then that whole interaction when you meet him, you fight him, and then how it ends? Like he's a psychopath.
Oh yeah, I do
Did,
remember that.
I'm curious. Like, were you scared? Were you? Did you ever feel scared at all?
No, I can't say that I was, but I did feel like I was never more focused in the game than that. I tell you that.
Because you're like, wait, what's gonna happen right now?
Yeah, because I didn't know. I never heard of the character before that. That's why.
Yeah, there are many characters that no one has heard of. When the Arkham when the Arkham Asylum games started.
Yeah.
I remember discovering Great White. Remember you find a shark somewhere, you scan it, and then that
Oh
uh
yeah.
yeah, like I didn't know who that was. I barely knew Two Face and Killer Croc for that matter. At that point in my life.
Yeah. Same here.
Now we'll find out who was the man behind the scarf. Alfred, my butler. The way it just opened. Someone bring a light. What is a light, Batman?
I know it's old timey, but they know what light is, all right? Don't.
I don't know. Okay, he had left. And then, wait,
God
good.
damn, he works fast.
Oh yeah, Do you remember Man of? Oh wow. Do you remember in Man of Steel? Um, I think it was. Oh, Amy Adams was talk was talking to like no, she was in the middle of a conversation with like two army officers,
Mm-hmm.
and then she tells them are you two done with this dick measuring contest? Remember that?
Is it Man of Steel?
Yes, it's in Man of Steel, and the reason I know that is because that's a scene that made me go, "Whoa, what the fuck? That's in a Superman movie?"
I do I remember the scene, but I didn't. I for some reason I thought it was in Batman vs Superman.
Oh, okay, but you can easily still see it in the DC movies. You're like
Yeah,
oh yeah, I remember that happening, but which one was it? Like which bad movie was it? That's funny, but crazy, no, that was in a Man of Steel movie. Like of all things, that was a Superman movie for peep's sake.
it's a bit weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot my reason for bringing that up. So either way, since I forgot, it's still a weird. It's still that line of dialogue is still a topic that we could still that was good just to talk about because that is so weird and absurd.
I remember when I first saw that movie, and then they're in an IHOP, and I'm like, huh,
Oh no, the advertisement for that movie.
yeah. That to me, it's still the most strangest part of that movie for me. Like you could talk about, representation of Superman, and all that. I don't care. I have always struck me as weird. Like why that?
Do you mean like why did that choose that specific advertisement for that restaurant when there were so many others or what?
Yeah, like it just felt so weird to me. Cause like they advertise fucking LexCorp, like they could advertise like a make believe fucking thing. It just always started striking me as weird, like IHOP.
To be fair, probably IHOP went to them and said like, "Hey, we'll give you money to advertise our company because we need that money."
Oh, that's true.
Well, it sounded to me like she was gonna say something else sexual, like by the end of that sentence.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna skull fuck you.
No, that was the other way. Like, dear, do you want to skull fuck me? Oh, and see him shirtless. Like, let's see that Bruce bod. I said bod. Let's see that Bruce Wayne body. Cutting whores. Hearing Batman say cutting whores. Give me a Batman in San Francisco time for him to go up against Zodiac. Oh, but with all the same characters from the Zodiac movie by David Fincher.
I feel like that's happened. Not that movie, but just Batman chasing Zodiac. I feel like that's has to have happened.
No, you're confused. You're confused with Batman versus Predator.
Oh yeah, that happened.
From what I hear, that comic is really good. Um, and they did a second one which is also good, but that it's nowhere as great
Good as the first.
to compared to the first one.
Hmm.
Like what have you like? Did you hear much about it?
I know of the first one more than the second one. I
Mm.
heard that was actually like pretty fun for like you know, kind of out
But
there idea. They do a pretty
uh,
good job of like making it fun, Mm. not just like hey isn't it absurd?
mm. like
Yeah.
oh, don't forget. Oh, I forgot. I own the Archie versus Predator comic run. I actually own the whole thing.
Huh.
Oh, whoa, her voice to after hearing what she's supposed to sound like, it went now it goes all super high. Like I could hear that voice coming from one of the blondes.
Yeah,
One of them accidentally
could be wrong.
what?
It doesn't sound like the same voice.
Yeah, no. After us already hearing her regular voice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I cannot tame wild women. I'll be terrified as hell.
I like the idea of like the men in the audience getting directions.
Hey,
This is like, what do you do?
don't forget this did happen before, and there were even porn theaters.
That's true. You know, I like the idea of just like everyone pretending they're all sophisticated, but underneath that they're all just hiding their erections.
And they're all full on perverts.
Yeah, exactly.
That voice actor sounds familiar. But also, can you look up who does the voice for Bruce? Because I think I've heard that Bruce voice actor before.
Let's find out.
And look up the fun facts.
And it is.
I think they made her butt bigger in that silhouette of her changing.
His name is Bruce Greenwood.
Yeah, but I don't care about his name. Just what if he voiced.
He was Pike in the Star Trek movies.
He was what?
Pike.
Pike. Oh, you remember who Pike is, right?
Nope.
Oh, Pike is the one that recruits Jim. What's
Mm-hmm.
what's the captain for the Starship Enterprise? Oh, Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
The voice actor for Bruce. He's the one that recruits Kirk
Kirk.
to join the Federation and become an officer like his father.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember him now? Like, can you get a picture of how he's supposed to look?
Yeah, he dies in
Darkness.
like early on in Darkness. Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah,
now.
him. I remember really liking
Okay.
really liking him in those movies. Plus, as an act, like, have you seen that guy in other movies as an actor?
No.
Yeah, he was fine. Okay, like
I
I was all
I just
excited.
remember him. No, I just remember him from Into Darkness. He died, and that's it. I don't remember the first Star Trek all too well, so I can't say. Right, also, Gotham. What the fuck did I just say? Batman Gotham by Gaslight, originally published in 1989, is considered to be DC Comics' first Elseworld story.
Okay,
So yeah, it was a.
okay. So I remember. I know elsewhere whatever. I remember that being a thing.
Elseworlds.
Yeah. Seeing Selena Kyle with a top hat, because like when they didn't show who she was, I thought she left and Bruce was talking to some guy.
Okay, also, you were right about the orphans being the Robins.
Yep.
Oh shit, this is rated R.
What the? Oh, to be fair, we gotta remember how this movie started.
That's true, but I'm surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And also, this is the third DC Comics animated movie to receive an R.
What were the first two? Oh, but probably Gods and Monsters was the first one.
All right, no, the first one is Batman: The Killing Joke.
Oh, okay. That was
And
before
the
this.
second, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was 2018. The Killing Joke was 2016.
Oh, I didn't know it was that. I didn't know it was that early. But okay, continue.
And then the second one surprised me, Justice League Dark.
Oh, that one. Oh, I saw the movie. Like I'd say it's so far the worst animated movie I've seen from DC. Like it's not like horrible bad. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
compared to everything else, it's like low caliber.
Which one's that one?
It's when Batman gets Constantine to make his own Justice League, magical, but people, but of magicians, spellcasters, and demons.
Batman's in it, right? Or am I?
Yeah, he joins them, but only for the formation of the team. And
Okay, I do remember.
and also Batman, he's just there. Like he plays no part. Like he should have just been there to tell Constantine, I need you to make a team so you can help me with this case, and then just leave. But he sticks around for the team, and literally for like 40% of the time, he just says, mm, uh, mm.
Okay, I'm starting
Okay.
to remember that one. Yeah, I remember that one just being the weirdest one for me. Kind of felt like
Like for that, I felt nothing for that movie.
I felt that one was the weakest, but it felt like almost incomplete for some reason to me.
Yeah, and then I remember seeing YouTube videos of people reacting to like Batman's funniest moments in Justice League Dark, and I'm like, this isn't funny. Like all he says is huh, and he shrugs, and that's not funny at all.
Well, yeah, I got nothing to say to that.
You could say I agree or I don't agree or I can't say 'cause I didn't watch it.
I don't remember. I don't remember. I remember him being there and him being the comic relief, but I don't remember any of his fucking jokes.
That's why because they weren't really jokes.
Also, the voice actor that plays Batman, he was also Batman in Under the Red Hood.
Oh, that's probably why I also thought that I've seen like this version of Batman.
Hmm
And
And
when
also, he was
oh
in Young Justice.
oh okay, but to be fair, for me, I haven't seen Young Justice in a while.
So there you go.
Also, what very different kind of caliber that they had. A very different caliber of actors that they had for Red Hood. They got that the captain from Star Trek, and then getting John DiMaggio for Joker, and then Jensen Ackles for Red Hood. Like,
Yeah, you're right.
like all of them are so different. The only one that has any experience with voice acting is John DiMaggio. 'Cause that's his living.
Hmm
And I think that was Jensen Ackles' first animated, like his first ever voice acting role.
Huh.
Hey, speaking of Jensen Ackles, Dean Winchester. What a random chance.
Yeah, right.
Also, that stuff in the jar on the right side, when it was there, it looked like weed.
Fuck, I blinked.
Right there, you see it?
It does. I mean,
Yeah.
it really does.
Especially the green on it. And Bruce, here is your daily source of blood. And I think this voice for Batman, mainly Bruce,
Mm-hmm.
I think it works for him, but only
Mm-hmm.
for like an older version of Bruce, like him, like this design for of Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say? Does this voice not match for you? Are you okay with it, or what?
I think it works. Uh, it's not my favorite, if I gotta be honest.
As looks, no, yeah, because to me, because it looks so much like the Batman animated series. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of because this doesn't look over because Bruce in this version doesn't look overall like he does the animated series. Like to me, yeah, it doesn't look well. Like what
Mm-hmm.
now that you mentioned the Red Hood stuff, now I'm just picturing that Batman with this voice, and I'm like, yeah, that version of Batman works much better with this voice. He like Doctor Strange, like Mr. Wayne, I killed her. Like I knew it. And he's like, Strange's like, how'd you know before I told you? Because look at yourself, you look evil. Have you seen those glasses? They're red, red because you're envious of blood. Do you remember who ends up being the butcher? The butcher? Yeah, we'll call him Butcher.
Yes.
Okay, so I won't say. I mean, like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't.
Yeah. I won't say. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stick with my guesses. I wonder if by a twist, the killer is a woman. Like, I'll stay
Sorry,
here for a
son.
few seconds to make this interaction awkward. He says, "Did he just punk me? That son of a," and then just cuts. That would be Jason acting so uncivil, right?
Yeah.
I now want to see that Jason go against cops just like he did in Titans.
Oh yeah.
Shoot.
Call.
Wait,
She does not sound old.
I think that wait, I think that's Tara Strong, who is the voice actress
No.
for Harley Quinn in the Arkham games, voice of Timmy Turner and Bubbles from the original Powerpuff Girls and a bunch of other stuff. It sounds like her. Oh, and the voice of Raven. Do you do you know who Tara Strong is? Like, have you seen her before, or you just recognize?
Oh shit, you might be right.
Wait, am I right?
Depends on the name of the character.
Wh-
But she is in this.
That's got to be her, cause yeah, cause like when she's like screaming or squeaking high, or
Hmm.
no, when her voice go pitches, like you could hear like her actual voice. Yeah, so that's got to be
Hmm.
her. Oh, it's
There
nice.
you
It's a
go.
nice thing. I really like to see her. I like seeing her in stuff. What the hell? I'm assuming we're in
More
Arkham
like
Asylum.
hearing her and stuff.
So many times we forget how medical sciences were back then, and how people dealt with quote unquote sick people.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrifying when we think about how things were back then. Batman gets a mask and he says, "Wait, okay, yeah, it wasn't him." Oh, but I was gonna say, if that was Batman, wouldn't it be funny if like the Batman is touching a mask, and then Strange tells him like, oh, I can see they're fascinated by that mask. And then and Batman says, "What type of creature or face is this?" And Strange tells him, "That's an owl. It's supposed to resemble an old order called the Court of Owls." Just for another nod for the for comic books. Like you know
Yeah,
about
I could
yeah.
totally see it.
Um, what do you know of the Court of Owls? Like, do you know about it because of the comic run that they had when they were introduced, or did you end up,
I
or from the
I
animated
read.
movie?
I never saw there. I didn't realize there was an animated movie. I read the comic up until it's when Batman is like underground and he's like in that weird maze.
Oh yeah, that like, I saw you read the beginning issue of New 52, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah,
yeah. I didn't get too far into it because you know, I would have to buy the comics after that, and
yeah.
I didn't have the money for it.
I,
But yeah,
oh sorry.
I was interested in it. I just didn't like how to get like the full story. You needed to get like
You need to read
because I think Mister
other issues
Yeah,
of something else.
other comics.
I remember you saying that. Yes, I remember.
Yeah, that's why I just like I kind of just want this. I don't mind if it's mentioned in other comics. That's a hell of a thud.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay, like the whole complete picture. I was like, oh, I kind of just wanted to be in Batman and nothing else.
Yeah.
I heard it was really good, but I don't know if I'll ever get to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And funny thing is, the first time I knew about the Court of Owls was when the animated movie came out, and it was called Batman versus Robin, and from that I liked the idea, and I didn't know it was like I didn't know that those villains were a new thing. Like I thought they was just like a Batman comic thing that's always been there.
right.
So then when I was reading those, I read from the first issue up until he escapes, and that one girl that has like where she has half her hair on and half of her hair cut off, and I think it's blue. Remember her?
I don't.
Like, do you remember when
I don't
Batman
remember.
finally escapes from the maze?
Did I read up to that? I don't know if I ever read when he escaped. I just remember him still being in the maze.
Okay, yeah, they didn't make it. They didn't make it when he got out, but yeah, I read from the start of the New 52 Batman run, up until he escapes and that girl finds him,
Mm-hmm.
and from that story, I'm like, I really like this story because Batman didn't even. When I was reading it, he didn't even find who the people are. He just learned, like, okay, these are the Court of Owls, but I still have to learn much more about them. Like, he was in that phase where he still didn't know anything really about them. He just knew that they were a secret order that apparently has been around for a long time, similar to the Waynes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You know what? I actually think I have seen Batman vs Robin now. Yeah.
Yeah, because in that one, like, I think, like, there's somebody in it that ends up killing a bunch of the Court of Owls.
Well, that I don't remember.
Okay, but either way, so when I was reading the comic, I realized that the animated movie didn't do this comic story or this run any justice at all because it wasn't that good because they
Mm-hmm.
just focused on Batman and Robin there, which was Damian Wayne, which a lot of people don't like
Mm-hmm.
that Robin because like he's I forgot the overall reason, but people overall don't like him as Robin or just
Huh.
that character, and so.
Uh-huh.
And so when I realized exactly what the actual story was, they didn't focus really on that at all. They just took like this is the Court of Owls, this is their overall backstory, and that's it. The rest of the story is focused on
Mm-hmm.
Batman versus Robin, and it wasn't even that good of a fight either. Like I remember just thinking back, oh wow, that's so upsetting. Man, now I feel like going back and reading the actual full run of that
Mm-hmm.
because that's also the run that's also the comic run and where several issues down Bruce loses his memory and he doesn't know he's Batman for like a couple of comics, I think like 20 or 30 issues,
Mm-hmm.
and Commissioner Gordon becomes Batman and he uses a mecha Batman suit. Oh, and that's also the time and where that when I told you that Red Hood was working with Red Arrow, who was a recovering alcoholic. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and that was the time when that issue was going on.
yeah. All right, all right.
Yeah, so
I feel
yeah,
like I should
diverging
have
from
read
that.
further.
Like I honestly, by this point of the movie, I am getting a little bit bored.
This one?
Yeah, this one. Like I'm having like I mentioned, I'm having attention, but that's because I'm trying to entertain myself. I'm like, okay, this is happening. Like I'm like, okay, I know what's happening. I know what's happening. Uh-huh. Okay. It's like, okay, can we just move on? That's my point with it so far. Like, what are you invested? Are you invested, or where are you at right now?
Honestly, I've paid more attention to our conversation than anything else.
You're like nothing really interesting, right?
No, no, I can't say.
Rose Tavern. No, funny thing. Now I'm just thinking of the bar from Daredevil, Josie's, just because it's a bar, and because it's red, I thought of Daredevil. He's like, "Let me check you. I'm gonna poke you with my nightstick." You saw that, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, thank you, Miss Kyle.
Wasn't that lucky?
Please call me Catwoman.
Hell yeah.
Accoutrement.
It looks like the Confederate uniform, that gray
Yeah, I
military one.
get. Yeah. Nice. Actually, what would they call a Playboy at this time?
There isn't one, I believe.
No, but like, what do you think would? I wonder if there was an actual term back then for like rich people who like I love with like just hitting on women and it's just with women.
I don't know.
Oh wow, he's giving into this Playboy thing. I like this. We rarely see this side. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
he
good
gets
for him.
shot and
I mean, like, good
gets.
for him, man. Like, I really like when Batman is actually able just to just to give in and be and like he just kisses a woman and it's just like happy with the person. Like, hey, yeah,
Get some.
Bruce, come on, like, be different. Like, relax for a second.
The boy just found her.
So that was the woman.
Oh no,
That
not
that
her.
yeah, that was the woman. That was the woman voiced by Tara Strong.
Perfect.
She finished it. And look at that handsome man right there. And you know how much of a fan I am of women with dark hair.
Huh, I guess I do.
This man has the hands of a trapeze artist. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
He's part of the circus.
Come up, and she comes up to him like, "These are the hands of a masturbator."
Like now that I'm looking at her eyes, it seems like they made her eyes look a little bit like cat eyes. Is it just me?
Her, oh, there. Oh yeah, a bit.
Yeah. Like I think that's why we both easily learn or guess for ourselves. Oh yeah, that's Selena Kyle. That's Catwoman. Because just look at her face. Like, okay, she looks like a cat. But I'm just like, you don't need to do that, artist. Like we could kind of get the idea that she's Catwoman. Don't make her actually look like a cat. When you get what are you gonna give her next? Like little whiskers and have Bruce tell her and have Bruce ask her like, hey, we have little hairs on your face.
Well, I didn't think she looked like a cat, but
But
yeah.
people do that.
Oh yeah, the officer there is voiced by John DiMaggio.
Wait, the one with the accent, or the one with his voice all
Yeah.
squeaky?
Mm.
Harvey's jealous. Harvey's mad at him.
Also, I had no idea that was Harvey. Commissioner James.
It looks like Bruce give him a look, like, huh?
He gave him that puppy dog look.
No, not even that. Just like a what? Oh wait, now I'm just assuming. Oh yeah, it's gotta be Harvey who's the killer. His double identity crisis. He's Jack the Ripper at night. That's my guess. Fully my guess until this movie's over. Don't confirm or deny it, please.
Okay.
Lovely young wards. Huh, Blackgate. And all Harvey's thinking is, you stole the woman that I was gonna cheat on my wife with. I will destroy your life. I just realized something else that like it literally just hit me right now.
What?
That because you know how many times people say like when there's an adaptation of a book that they always say just read the book, it's so much better, and usually that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would agree with that, right?
Not always.
Okay, so like how like what's the percentage then where for you would you say that statement is accurate?
That the
That the book
better.
is better than the live action adaptation.
I'm trying to think. 1984.
What do you mean 1984?
Yeah, the book's better than the movie.
No, I was saying percentage wise, how many times what would it be for you?
Percentage.
Yeah.
That's hard. Because sometimes I like them both, but how cheating of it. Like I like them both, but for different reasons.
Okay, then we'll ignore that. But my overall point being that we forget comic books are still
Mm-hmm.
books, and
Mm-hmm.
and so when they get at adapted, we forget just how much information like that story or that run of comics actually gives, that the adaptation, no matter what adaptation away from a comic book, how much that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't explain or reveal.
Yeah. It's like how
$100.
you lend me the comics for Under the Red Hood.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that's one example where that's not true.
That's not true. Yeah. I was so excited. I was just like, all right, cool. I want to see it. And then I read it. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, it's nothing like the movie. And I actually prefer the movie.
And not in a good way.
No, not at all.
That's fair. But still, like but I'm fully correct, right? That we forget that comic books are still books, and we're like they create this
Yeah.
whole world, and they actually have visual aids for what
I
the.
forget 300 was a comic book.
Oh yeah, I forget that too.
Yeah.
But I would say that 300 is one of the best adaptations of a book, because it's like it's so stylized, and like it's just like when I forget that when people think of a comic book adaptation that if at all resembles the comic book, people have to think of 300, because like it's so well, like cinematography is just so beautiful, and the
Mm-hmm.
style, like there is a style for that movie.
Yeah. Don't remember it so well though. I think I saw it like
Mm.
twice and that was about it. But yeah, I always forget it's like that's a comic book. I'm like, oh yeah, right. Like I just figured that's Snyder's like style,
Hmm.
and it's like, oh no no, that's he had a visual aid with comics.
Hmm.
Uh,
He should not bother to write or direct movies with complicated plots. He's got to stick to simple and fine runs.
I didn't mind Watchmen.
Yeah, but to be fair, you're a different type of viewer.
That and I never finished the
Yeah,
book.
that's why. That's what I mean.
I got halfway through. And I'm like, I'm bored. That's probably why I don't mind the movie. I want to read V for Vendetta because I wasn't a big fan of the movie.
Wasn't no one a big fan of that movie?
I don't know. To be honest, I think no, it wasn't by the Wachowskis. I think they produced it and wrote it, but they didn't direct it.
This movie still has 19 minutes left. Ah, I'm getting bored.
Yeah, anytime we go to the past, I always go "Ugh."
Wait, what do you mean by past?
Like early century.
Uh. So fantasy and early century are your worst are the worst stuff for you in movies.
Sometimes, sometimes some of them are good. But, mm.
So shut your boom. Wait, you said your boombox?
Your boombox.
I think it's what he said, but either way, that was funny dialogue. Wait, the next thing you know, Batman like he has his own like his bat wagon, and then when Jason finds it and he takes the wheels off, just like he does when he meets Batman like in the original comic run. I love that visual now, dude. I think now that I want to actually draw that. That's so funny.
I'm kind of disappointed something like that didn't appear.
Oh, that would be so cartoony and dumb. I would love it. Not dumb, but that's so cartoony. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Just that visual. Hey, it's Ace, Bruce's dog when he becomes old, from Batman Beyond.
It does look the same, or
To be
very
fair,
similar.
but to be fair, Ace is just like a black dog that gets angry a lot.
Well, it's a greyhound, right?
What, this one specifically?
Oh no, the one in Batman Beyond.
Oh no, like it was not a greyhound at all. Like he looks like
I know, yeah, he is black. Yeah.
yeah.
For some reason, I just thought he was gray.
Hmm.
What's all this?
It's like these white marks. Is it? Wait, is it semen from a man? Actually, to
Gives
be
it a
fair,
lick.
we are dealing with Jack the Ripper.
Yep.
I was about to,
Oh no, his study.
I was about to say before this reveal, like what? He's reading books. What is this sorcery? I thought that was a butt.
You know what? When you said it, I was like, it kind of does. Yeah, big nose Jim. You know what? I got a feeling like Bruce would have something similar in his like mansion, don't you think? I mean, he's a scientist after all.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, oh Batman could do it, but oh Jim wants to do it. No, he's the bad guy. Okay, taxi driver. Us?
I was expecting him just to walk up and punch her, just to knock her out. All right, but I was hoping to consider, where is it, you bitch?
The things on top of her head don't really look like flowers.
Hmm.
It just looks like a brain.
Wait, are you someone who like when they see needles? I was about to say, why didn't you do that earlier? I'm like, where's your whip? But are you someone who like when they see needles on in a like in a movie or anything like this?
Hmm.
Do you go like ugh? Like, do you get like do you just have a reaction from it? That you just can't see needles?
Surprisingly, no.
What do you mean surprising? Like, did you think you would be one of
I
those
thought they
people?
would, cause yeah, I think because I'm not one of those people who like have a phobia against needles, but every time I see it, like I do tense up a bit,
Hmm.
or like in person. So I figured I would have the same reaction, but no. Well, I tell her like it depends on the how the needle looks.
If it's
Cause like the
clean,
normal ones.
if it looks clean
No, I
like
meant
nothing, or if it looks dirty, that's the one we like. Ugh.
no. No, that too. But you know when you go to the dentist and they
Oh
have the
man,
anesthesia needle.
my wait, my bat wagon has my dreams of a wagon have been destroyed. He got an actual bike. Like, damn it, Batman. Okay, sorry, continue.
I would say you know in the dentist they have needles that they inject in your mouth.
Oh yeah,
Those are the ones that always if I see that I kind of wince.
because when you sit, you're like, oh no, that's going in the mouth. That's going in the mouth.
Or something like that. Oddly enough, I don't think it hurts often, but it just feels very uncomfortable.
Did you
But
hear
you
what
just
he?
take a look
Oh,
at
sorry.
that thing, you're like, God damn, that's gonna go in my mouth.
Like, did you hear what he said? Come to Jack. Come to
I
Jack.
did.
I'm like, oh man.
That looks like a dragon.
Right? You get the idea. Like, that's it. I am the bat. I mean, the drag gun man. No, no, I fucked that up. I was trying to think of a witty way to combine the names. But like, man, it's hard.
Mhm.
The drag man. The drag man. Drag man is the whole other thing.
Yeah, what can you do?
Wait, talking to me or talking are you talking about me or
Talk,
talking about
talk,
the sheriff?
talking to Jim right here.
Oh, Jim, there you go. Oh, so I was completely wrong. My guess for Harvey Dent, I thought for sure it was gonna be him.
But can never be a good guy, can he? Hmm.
I am so invested.
I like the idea that Jim could go toe to toe to Batman.
To be fair, and this one and this version of Batman, he probably could.
Yeah.
Ugh, look at that fire. It's not work well. Like once that fire was ignited, it did not look good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, where's the fire? Oh, there it is. Looks weird.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He kind of gives off a Cheetos look, orange look to it. Damn, look at the legs on Jim.
He's like, I should know. I've been there. I work for the
Kick
devil
his ass,
now.
Bruce.
He's my god.
I'm God's sidekick. God damn, he's punching like hell.
This feels like a boss fight in a
In a
two
fight
D
game.
in a 2D game right now.
Yeah. I
Like
like the sound effects, and like it sounds heavy. Like the punches sound heavy.
yeah, remember that game Shanks?
Yes.
Yeah, like it
Oh,
reminds
I
me.
never played it.
Yeah, but it reminds me of that because like the way Jim was moving and like to
Hmm.
dodge the hits. To me, it looks like that could have been a game. Okay, and somehow that all got torched. Yeah, I don't like that fire, man. It does not match well at all. It looks like it was computer animated instead of like. Look, how about this? It looks 3D with on a 2D world, which doesn't match well.
A bit, yeah.
It's going on for way too long. I kind of wish he used his head for a headbutt, and so one of his ears like it got lodged in his mouth. Like you want this movie to be rated R? Do that. As the character from Futurama would say, "Welcome to the world of tomorrow." And my voice cracks. That was a good voice actor, by the way. He made it sound really good.
Oh yeah.
I've been Houdini. Oh man.
Ooh, tough guy Jim.
I thought I thought that side was just gonna land directly on Gordon's head. It's like crushing, like, and all we see is blood splatter on Bruce's cape or body. I hate that fire so much. Okay, that looks better. Look at that fire. That looks much better. That fire was 2D. Oh, and we didn't get much of his gadgets that would resemble this time, like being steampunky or just different. We didn't see any of that.
We just saw the zip line in the batarang.
And the Batarang just looked like a regular Batarang.
Yeah, right.
Like they didn't try being creative with this time period at all. They just it's like here's this story here's a story about Jack the Ripper but with our characters and that's it. There's nothing interesting about this. Like nothing new. The Bat Wagon. Yes, I got it back. Wait, but I like this new element of Felicity. Damn, why do I keep thinking Felicity? Well, of Selena Kyle knowing that's Batman and they're together. I like that.
Hmm.
And see, and I love this. Both of them are parents. Okay, I really love this type of relationship that they created for Selena and Batman.
Hmm.
Like, what do you think? To me, that's the best thing, if not the only good thing from this movie.
Yeah, I never thought they'd be parents. Well, in like the last 5 minutes.
Please tell me it's over. Of course, it would end it like that anyway. So, my thoughts. I was bored. They didn't really do anything different or creative with this story. Um, at the last minute, like I said, I liked the only new thing being that the how the relationship with Selena Kyle and Bruce, how it started from them just knowing each other casually, them actually, then Selena knowing about his true identity, and them still being an item to the end, and now they're parents of these three little kids,
Mm.
and it's just then they're just gonna live on their life now with everybody knowing each other's secrets. Like I really like that 'cause it's something new. It sucks that we just got like that little bit at the end. I would like to see more, but I would like to see more of that in future Batman stuff.
Hmm.
Okay, and you, what do you? What about you? Like that's really it for me. I like it was. I was halfway through. I was bored. Before that, I was like, okay, I am we're being established and everything. I get it, but then I just lost interest. But how about not bored? I just lost interest with what was going on and the story. Mainly the story. I was not interested at all.
Yeah, it's probably my least favorite animated that we've seen.
That we commented over.
Yeah. I remember when I first saw it, it wasn't anything amazing, but I thought, well,
Now,
just
now,
some time, but even
now,
now,
now you know for a
now I
fact
just
that
like,
there's
yeah,
nothing about it.
yeah, it's just more like everything's the same, just like, hey, let's draw it in, like, early 20th century, Victorian England, or whenever that was.
Yeah, and they didn't do anything really with it.
No, I can't, no, they really didn't do much.
Or to be fair, they didn't do anything at all with it. And then these credits are taking longer than these are the longest credits we've had so far for a Batman animated movie. Oh, come on,
Are they?
yeah. I remember. I think the last animated one that we saw, the credits were really short.
Hmm.
Come on, we gotta think about something because before it's not over yet.
Ah, right.
And
Ah,
this
fuck,
it
2018.
shows like an extra credit end of it shows after credit scene, and it's what's his name, it's Commissioner Gordon in hell. He's like, I will have my revenge, and it's Batman versus the devil.
That would be something to be interested in watching.
Nah, but in this one I'll be bored. Okay, movie's over. I'm sorry to people that we had you watch this and you were bored also. But if you ended up liking the movie more than us talking about it, then we're sorry we made the experience worse for you. I would say worse.
But more power to you if you liked it.
Yeah, but if you agree with us, then hey, thanks for um thanks for aligning yourself with us. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's it.
That, that was Gotham by Gaslight.
That was a movie.
Best way to end it. What did we watch? We watched a movie.
Okay, so thank you all for listening to us commentate over this movie. If you made it this far, you know which movie we are talking about. You will hear us again for another movie or TV show that we decide to give our thoughts on. Until then, have a good day. Hopefully you're all still hopefully you're all still safe. And yeah, you hear us next time complain about something else. Goodbye.